Alright guys, so many things are happening on the show. I love doing experiments. Buttermilk. You can see it's a little crispy. I'm good with this. I can eat this.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Frying Your Brain Cells with Jack. I'm your host, Mr. Wonder. It is phenomenal to see you here today. Now, a couple days ago, I covered I guess it's been like 2 weeks or something, I don't know. I covered a video of this lovely man named Cooking with Jack. Now, first off, before I get any further, I made the error of saying, oh, this is just like a sweet man and all that stuff. But I also found some other interesting things, thanks to this viewer right here. He would put his dog down. The value of the medical bill was more than the dog, and he also attacked his son.
And I took him to the ground, and I was gonna kill him. This was the moment I was choking him and screaming in his ears.
So, my perception of our hero here has changed. I came across a video of his the other day where he is doing a dry brine of a turkey versus like a wet brine. Now, I already watched the first video, and to give you a rundown, he essentially manages to do something I didn't even know was humanly possible. He manages to burn the turkey in some spots, yet somehow leave it raw in the middle. It's like phenomenal. It's like trying to fail and exceeding with flying colors. But today, Jack is upping his game, and he is actually having a memorial for a turkey because he decided today that he was going to cremate a bird. So I figured it would just be really fun to take a peek-sees into this recipe because I myself, I'm a lousy cook. I know how to make things properly, so I'd really love the insight and to share the insight of how to properly burn food. So yeah, let's go take a peek-sees at that because it sounds really amusing to my brain cells.
Alright guys, so many things are happening on the show. I've got a knife set back here. I've got buttermilk. There's a lot going on. We're trying to finish up on buttermilk. Our second video regarding the wet brine and the dry brine. The wet buttermilk brine was just okay.
It was just okay. Jack, it was raw. Jack, it was inedible, and you could kill someone with it. I wouldn't really describe that as an okay. I would describe that as, I don't know, lethal. You know, every time I view one of these videos, I have a little bit of doubt in my head as like, oh, maybe it actually turns out pretty well. But those doubts are always quickly put to rest when you see a video that the likes and dislikes have both been disabled and then the comments are turned off.
So we're gonna try a dry brine, let it sit overnight, and then cook it up tomorrow. So just an experiment. I love doing experiments, and we're gonna use the same group of ingredients that we used in the wet. We got everything. So we're just gonna peel this back, and there's your powder milk. There you go. We're using the whole thing.
Nothing like powdered milk and chicken, yeah. Ooh, that's such like a great thing to eat. I remember when Gim Gim used to sit me down at the table on a cold winter's night, and she would hand me a lovely bowl of powdered milk and bird.
We're gonna start with the oregano and basil, okay? There we go. A little bit of basil, cilantro, lime. Throw some of that in there. Gotta do some pepper. What we're doing is just shaking it in. Do some salt. There we go.
Okay, so aside from it looking like somebody just took a lawnmower bag and dumped it into a bowl of sand, those seasoning combinations aren't really bad. However, I would add one suggestion. I would probably say do something like add like actual lemon juice or something acidic. Like I know he's like, oh, I'm adding the like cilantro, lime, or whatever seasoning to there, but add like actual lemon juice because the acidity is abrasive and it'll actually get up into that skin. Adding just dry stuff, I mean, yeah, it works, but if you really want to penetrate and get that deep flavor, get some liquid stuff in there going. Really make that bird taste like the bird.
There we go. All right, guys. So the deal is we got to get this all mixed up. Okay, we got it all mixed. Hand's already dirty. Might as well just start applying it onto the chicken. It's got a nice, kind of like a, let's flip it over. We rubbed it all in.
I would pay unholy amounts of money for Jack to apply dry rub to me like that. Ooh, I would give anything in the world right now to be that chicken. Man, the way he handles that, whew, I know I'd be in good hands. Some big, strong, calloused man hands, you know, adding that nice little powder to me.
So this is a dry brine. So I'm gonna leave it uncovered in the fridge. It'll dry the meat out a little bit too. Maybe that'll help. So we're gonna put it just like this in the fridge, okay? And we'll see you guys tomorrow to see if this takes very well or not.
Aw, dude, I love adding raw meat to the fridge uncovered because then it collects that refrigerator taste. Any of you who have ever made the mistake of just leaving something uncovered in the fridge, it's delightful because every sort of smell kind of penetrates into the food. And oh man, if you've ever tasted every single thing at once, every flavor you can think of, such as spoiled milk and egg, it really does things to your body. It really makes you kind of reconsider ever eating.
My wife brought up a good point. I was gonna put it in the oven like this. I'm such a goofball. I've never done a dry brine before. And I'm guessing a dry brine is kind of like letting it sit in its seasonings like a dry rub. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. If I'm wrong, somebody tell me. We got to get rid of some of the excess. Still a little cold and clumpy, but we're going to get the chunks off. It's been rubbed in.
You'd put that in the oven. You had to have a second opinion to tell you to not put that in the oven. It looks like you dumped a sandcastle on it. And you got no oil or anything in there. You know what happens when you apply heat to something dry? It burns. You wanna know what happens when you put something in with no oil? Its skin sears into the metal. Especially with how uneven it is. Like, you're just gonna get clumps of burnt, like milk powder. It's so gross.
Been in it for days. So what we want to do is get the excess off. Okay, so this is kind of what it looks like now. And we probably went about a minute longer than we wanted to. You can see it's a little crispy. I'm good with this. I can eat this. You just got a few dark spots, but I mean, it's nice.
You probably went about a minute longer than you wanted to. It looks like you probably went like, I don't know, 5 days longer than you wanted to. It genuinely perplexes me how this man is able to burn yet leave things uncooked. Like, how do you manage to burn this part yet this is still like undercooked? I really want to know the science of this. Imagine you're just like going to a family event and the chef, the host is hyping you up like, this gonna be the best occasion. I'm just the best cook in the world. And you're like, dude, I can't wait to chow down, can't wait to eat and just feel like a king. And he whips this out and he's like, looking pretty good, right? It looks like it escaped a crematorium.
Plus we had it in the fridge for more than a day, so it kind of dried out the chicken too. So we're gonna let this rest for about 10 minutes. Guaranteed juicy meat. Guaranteed juicy meat. Just gonna dig in, grab a piece and try it out. I don't know what it's gonna taste like. I'm gonna go back here. There's some stuff right there. There we go. Okay, guys, listen to me. Stop what you're doing. A dry brine is 100 times better.
Jack, the reason why it's better than the time you did the wet brine is because this time, at the very least, it was consumable. Anything is better than something you cannot eat. Yeah, of course it's better, because the last thing you made was raw. So I guess if we had to put them on a pedestal, it passes because this one won't actually kill you.
This is the way to go. Right here. This is the winner by 100-fold. I love you guys. And as always, I'll see you on the next episode.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for stopping by. It is always really fun to hang out with y'all and to just rip into cooking. It's really relaxing coming home after work and just kind of like mind soaking into my microphone. Probably like the best part of my week. So again, it would help so much if you dropped a like and subscribe down below and followed my socials, as it really does help out the channel. Until next time, you stay amazing, which, as I've said before, probably is not that hard to do. Well, I'll see you around. Take it easy.